We went up to this big hill, and on the hill there was ramps. Do you know, like for mountain bike ramps and all?
Yeah.
Do you know, like you can go around on them, like they're for competitions and stuff. Like they go through like all around this big massive hill for like dirt bikes and all.
Yes.
So we decided one day, like one of my friend's brothers has a GoPro camera. Is it that way?
GoPro?
Yeah, he had a really expensive, like they were really expensive or something. The GoPro, it's a camera like you put on your head and you like it records what you see.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, they make them for like sweet like biking videos and stuff.
Yeah, he had one of those and he had a helmet on and he didn't tell his brother-in-law. So we were going like down the hill and we wanted to make it like a really cool like movie. We're all into when we were young. Were all into these like kind of like movies and stuff, like trying to make these kind of like cool action things.
Yeah.
So we were going around. We were trying to make it like he was being chased by us, like me and my other friend, and like these two other guys that had the GoPro camera. One had a GoPro and the other one. We chased them down and like what we did, we planned on kicking him off the bike as he was going.
like
So
karate
all you
kicking
see on the all you see on the GoPro camera is him cycling, like, and his bumps just shaking everywhere. Next minute, all you just see is bang, and we just kick him off the bike, and all you see is like just sliding down the hill. That's all it was.
Do you have it on video?
I think he might still have it. It was like 4 or 5 years ago now, but it was
should
like
probably be up on YouTube.
it was the best thing ever because all I could hear was us laughing, and then him on the ground could have been dead.
It's so funny because it could have been dead. Excellent.
His head hit the ground, and like the way it was, the track, it was like always on a hill. Like, so if you fell off the bike, you were going to go down a hill, and like he fell off the bike and went straight down the hill, like through all these bushes and all. And we just laughed at him, and we looked back on the camera, I think it was, and all you could see was like his head bobbing up and down, like scoping up and down these like bumps and everything. You couldn't really make it out, so it was kind of shit. Maybe we deleted it, but then all you see is like everything stops and it kind of slides downhill, and all I can just see is grass, and it was fucking hilarious.
It sounds amazing. I want to see it.
I'd love to see it. We actually, me and my friend, we have a dog. I think I still have this somewhere. If I do have it, I will upload it. We had a dog, and we still have the same dog, but when we were younger, it was like it seemed bigger to us because we had like it's a fairly big dog. Do you know, like a Japanese Akita, the one with the curly tails?
Yes.
We were like making this movie called Killer Shaz, the name of my dog, and we both lay down on the ground, and he was like din 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 din. It's caught. I can even remember. It's gonna get us, and all you see is Shaz. He's just running, this little small boy running. Next to him, the dog just jumps up on his back, throws him to the ground, and starts like not mauling him because she's not like vicious, but like she just jumps on him playing, and he's like no, dramatically screaming, and he's like no, get it off me, like this, totally over exaggerating it. And then I just jump over, tackle the dog on the ground, and like there's a bit. I may find that actually. I have. It was on a video camera on their phone, so I'm imagining it seemed better than it. The quality seemed better at the time than it did now.
Of course.
Because it was on it. Oh, if I find it though, I will upload that.
Please do.
And we made another one called like the teleporter. Do you know, like when you can pause a video and like then unpause it and then you just teleport?
Yes.
So like we had this
editing secrets.
we had this one guy who was our friend who we didn't really like that much, but we got him to go up on like. Do you know these yoga
like
mats?
him that much? I always know it's a good story when you start your story with like, we knew this guy and we didn't like him very much.
He was going to be like this guy who couldn't teleport very well, so we got a ladder, like a step ladder, and we just put down like a yoga mat so like he could jump on it, and it said it wouldn't hurt if he fell on it. Like jumps off a ladder, lands on his like back.
Yoga mat.
Like, you know those really thin yoga mats? You know the ones you lie on?
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're a horrible person.
And we were like, it's like a stunt double yoke. So right, you run and then like just be running like just around the back of the house, and then we'll pause it, and then you tell it. Then we'll just tell you what to do. So he was running or whatever. We recorded that. We paused it. Put a step ladder there. It was on the grass, so it wasn't that bad. Put like a step ladder. It wasn't that high. It was probably about like up to your chest or somewhere. And then we just like told him to jump off it and like land on his bum or his back or whatever. So like we put down this yoga mat. And he's like, so it won't hurt. He was like a year younger than us. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. So then, like, you know, we unpause it, and then like he just falls out the air, like he just teleported. So like the ladder wasn't in the shot, but like you just see him jumps off it, lands on his back, and he's on the ground gasping for air for like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh god. Well, the yoga mat must have done. It was a fucking. We must have that. We must have that.
I need to see this. I need to see how horrible of a person you are.
I think we call it teleporters or something. Something really simple.
You guys are like crime fighters. There's one shitty teleporter.
We give him the shit roll of jumping off a stepladder and like winding himself. I'm trying to think of the other ones we made. We made ones where like there was just like a toy shark, like, and it was just like one of the guys was sitting there watching TV, and next minute this shark in the background just starts moving closer to him really slowly. And then it just like tomato ketchup just comes out of his throat and the shark's just eating him. It's the cuddliest little shark. And next minute like there's just in the background like there's kinda like do you know, like a sitting room, and then like in the background there's like a kitchen kind of area. And all you can see is this shark like really like sitting up on this like shelf, and next minute the shark just falls onto the table. Then like you just see it edge closely, and the lads just start watching TV. Shark edges a bit more. Shark keeps edging, and then the shark is like on the chair behind his neck. And next minute you just see the shark's on his neck, and he's just grabbing it, and then there's just blood everywhere. I would love to get all this stuff. And we have ones obviously of gummy bears having sex, like just like humping each other.
Oh, I don't know if I want to see that one.
Using the pause button, we just pause it and then one trusts in.
Like stop motion or stop. Yeah. Oh
That's what they all want. That's what they all want.
That's so funny. We used to make videos too like that, like not with the humping gummy bears, of course. But,
I bet you they want to edit as well as we are. Like stop and pause. I may find
hope
it.
it's on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, I'll find it. But we made one called The Count of Foscow. And we just had all these costumes in my friend's house. So she put on like this like fur hat and like fur cloak and stuff like that, and put on a pencil mustache on her. And she was the Count of Foscow. And so she'd had this like Russian accent, and I was the maid, and I was just like really creepy. I can't remember why, but like I never said anything. I just looked creepily at the camera every time they asked me to say something.
I can just imagine that a complete normal scene. It is like, Kaja, would you mind getting this a cup of tea, please? And then Kaja, you just bow your head and just look at the camera like your eyes over your glass.
It was. We're gonna have to make more of those eventually. Oh no, bad guys! I recorded all this, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to put it up, but
I don't mind.
Time with Blimey and
I don't mind. I'm waiting. The boys are waiting for milkshakes, unless they're all gay boys.
Who doesn't like a milkshake? Come on.
Yeah, but like the milkshake's obviously a metaphor for something else, guys. Come on.
I don't know. I always took that pretty literally.
No, I never took it literally. Maybe that means I'm one of those gay boys.
Maybe.
Yeah. Fuck it. Charles waiting for those milkshakes, and the boys are waiting for their milkshakes. Like, what the hell does that mean? It definitely means something else. There's definitely some hidden meaning there. She seems like the kind of person.
Free milkshakes? What?
She's giving a free milkshake.
Who does
She's
that?
a prostitute.
Awesome.
What?
She's
How can you interpret she's a prostitute from that? She is.
Her. What's going on
She
here?
milks men. What?
Yeah.
You can milk anything with nipple.
Delicious.
Delicious nip.
I bet you could go for a man milkshake right now.
Oh God. Just put out your nipples and just I can't even say it.
I think you need to draw up some sort of Titmouse.
Titmouse.
For our mascot.
You know what it's going to be, right? It's going to be a big circle, right, with a nipple in the middle of it, with a few hairs coming out of it. Most people attempt to have drawn. That's what it's going to be. Just a little nipple with hair. I think we should pull it off as a t-shirt, but like I think we could pull it off as an eye on a t-shirt. Like, you know, like an eye, not actually a nipple, but then you kind of read the text on it. It's like a titmouse, and you're like, whoa, what is titmouse?
What's a titmouse? What?
Nobody knows.
There's no context from it. It's just a titmouse, okay? There we go. Die.
I'd like to be a wizard of words. I would like to be a wizard of words.
You want to be a wizard of words?
Just put words everywhere. Words in your face. Words in your mouth. Words in your cat. Words.
Really hot.
Really fucking sexual wizard of words.
Sexual word wizard.
Yeah. Oh God. He's gonna put innuendos in your endo.